A small object is projected directly upwards with a speed of 39.2 meters per second. Its height above the ground t seconds after it is projected is given by h is equal to 12 plus 39.2 t minus 4.9 t squared. What is the significance of the 12? Well, if t is equal to 0, h is equal to 12. So what should be clear is that the object is actually projected, and it's directly upwards, so it's going to be projected in this direction, but from a height of 12 meters above the ground. So that's the point of projection. Now in part B, we're asked to write the function in this form. In other words, complete the square. So we have that h is equal to negative 4.9 t squared plus 39.2 t add 12. So take out the negative 4.9, and then what we need to know is 39.2 divided by 4.9. So 39.2 divided by 4.9 gives us 8. So this is going to be t squared minus 8t. So if we re-expand that, we get back the negative 4.9 t squared and the 39.2 t. Add 12. So that's going to be negative 4.9. Now complete the square inside the bracket. So that is going to be t take away 4 all squared. Now think about that. That gives me t squared minus 8t add 16. So we need to take a 16 away there. Now if we re-expand that, we get negative 4.9 t minus 4 squared, and then we need 4.9 times 16, which is 78.4, add 12, which is negative 4.9 t minus 4 squared plus 90.4. So in part C, we're asked the greatest height reached by the object. We can get that from here. We can see that when t is equal to 4, this whole part of the term is, or this whole term is equal to 0. And so we're going to get the maximum height as 90.4 meters. We can see it's 90.4, take away something, so the biggest that can be is 90.4. How long does it take from projection to landing on the ground? Well, the ground is 12 meters below the level of projection. And since the projection was given as 12, it stands to reason the ground is 0. It's measured from the ground. In fact, that tells us that in the question. It's height above the ground. So what we're after is when h is equal to 0. So then we have 12 plus 39.2t, take away 4.9 t squared, is equal to 0. So we could use the quadratic formula, or we could use the completed square form that we already have. So we can say negative 4.9 t minus 4 squared plus 90.4 is equal to 0. And rearranging, that would give me 4.9 t minus 4 squared equals 90.4. So t take away 4 all squared would be 90.4 divided by 4.9, And so t take away 4 would be plus or minus the square root of 90.4 over 4.9. And t would be 4 plus or minus the square root of 90.4 over 4.9. You should be able to recognize that as something that we would get when we use the formula. So if I do 4 take away the square root of 90.4 divided by 4.9, that's negative 0.295. Which is not possible because we start at t equals 0. And all we need to do now is just go through and change that to be the positive. And that's 8.295. And so that one, of course, is not possible. And so we would say t is 8.295 seconds.